Well,
Hi, Monica.
how was your week?
Week? I don't know. It was a week already.
Yeah,
It was
indeed.
okay, I think.
Have you
Quite
finished
okay.
grant?
What did I finished?
Have you finished grant?
Yeah, I
Okay.
finished writing him. Yeah, finished writing him. I finished inserting him into the game. He copy pasted everything, and well, it's almost done.
So the grant is ready for our adventure.
Is he ready already? I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't tested it. Testers haven't tested it, so that will be seen if everything works fine. Today we're gonna find out.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
the
about to say
last time
that.
I had no luck in running the game.
This
Uh,
time we will see the game.
I spent like I don't know an hour before our stream fighting with the game. I think I emerged victorious, but I am not sure.
I hope so. Because it was really annoying. It is our fourth time that we wanted to show the game. Yes, this is fourth time, I think.
For time we have not managed to um, show how we implement things. Yeah, first 2 times now. First time I was working on internal version, the one that has already integrated the components of the game inside. So whatever I changed, I always run the game that was already set. So that was um, sure to fail, and I could not understand what was happening. And the last time I barely managed to run something, as far as I remember, but it was not enough. But today we
And
have it.
Western.
I can first I can show you how this looks in editor. You said last time you like trees, not like
Wait a moment,
the
we have
ones
a
in the forest.
question. We have a
Question?
question. Yep. When it will be ready, but what?
Grant?
When it will be ready. But we don't know what you're talking about. Please write
Well,
to
the game.
us.
Well,
Game or
if we're
grant?
talking about the game, we
Yes, grant.
are thinking about
Uh,
Grant. Grant?
yeah,
No, I've just
but the grant will
yeah,
be ready.
you can see already. Okay, let's take a look. This this is the part that we had last time. This is the main what I started with. This is this scene. What I started it. It's like 27 nodes, and now we have like come back, come back. 138 nodes. So in here there is the whole story of Grant that I wrote, of course. Not the complete, not everything, but this is mm,
Introduction.
the whole. No, this is the whole, the entirety of what I wrote. The whole, all the recordings that are available for the player to see,
But it
to
is the
watch
end
and
or not? You
experience.
don't know.
I was. I'm not sure what to do. Will have to modify this, but because you can see this, there's this part of the tree that goes on, and I managed to reach the limits of our the window of our editor. So I went here. This is you cannot insert anything in here actually. If you try to, the game will not. And I had to now go horizontal, and I went horizontal, and I think I also almost reached the end. Yeah, that was quite fun. So yeah, this is the entirety of Grant. Like a lot of information about him, situation. So I think last time I had like entered this part, and I started showing you the test. This is the
Yeah.
test, right? And this is what was going on. So let's go see if this works in the game. Maybe today we will manage to.
Finally, it's happening.
Don't be so sure.
I am. It will be great.
Present now a window, and here it is. Come on, the game. Yep, there's the game. Okay, have to go to new game. Yep, I will start a new game. Okay, this is my testing area. Start of the tester, was I calling it. I'm setting all the attributes. I'm setting resources and ships, all the objects and properties that are needed for the character to be like it would be in the game. Actually, at this point, relations are not necessary actually at this moment, but everything is set, so I will go testing. Now it should have like, yeah, he has skills. I set skills on the level of 55 for each skill, so there is more than 50% that he will pass any test. He has name, he has basic supplies, some hit points, and there should be some equipment, but I'm not seeing it. No problem. It's not that important. And this is the scene. Okay, I started it here in that we are entering the the intersection. Okay, this is the intersection. We are entering. We are flying in a hello, and here we go. It
It works.
no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It died. Why it died? Don't know. It worked last time I tried. This is okay. Let's start again. Let's see if this is. Nope. Nah. You see, you shouldn't have said anything. It's your fault. It's not working.
Sorry. Really,
It
really
did.
sorry.
It did, but now it doesn't. I'm gonna close it and I'm gonna run it once more. Maybe it will start working. Yeah, that's the story of my life. Actually, testing this game. It's not something that is
Especially of
unusual for me.
testing the game online.
No, I tested it, and it's dead end. Why it is dead end, I have no idea. It should not be a dead end, actually. What is here? What's happening in here? Okay, this is says this is the problem. Perhaps this is the problem. I don't know.
You need to
Basics
find the
display
problem.
changes report. No, yeah, I'm trying to find the problem actually. Let's see. Let's save the data. Wait. I will. Yeah, all I can do is this and try to parse the data once more and try to see if it will work. If not, not my fault.
It has to work.
I'm not sure.
Come on, be a
What
bit
are
of optimist.
I'm wondering what will happen. Wait. Okay, I'm checking quickly if this will work. No, all the time it stops at the second. Okay, I cannot do anything.
Again,
What's not working? Not sure. Oh, maybe this. Okay, I have remove events. Okay, remove, save
And it has to
data,
work. It has
parse
to.
data. See, and this is how my testing of the game, if it works, if it's okay, is looking every day. I'm going, something crashes, I have to do a ton of changes and hope for the best. Oh crap, not this. This. Okay. Let's see. We have this on this screen.
This time it has to work.
I'm not sure. Let's see. Where's the game? I want to see the game. Crap.
Come on, you can do it.
Okay, I'm sharing the game. Let's see if this simple action has changed anything. Okay, once again, my tester, I'm applying all the necessary things. Let's go. The second, yay, we went through. Okay, so here it is. And this is the place. We are now. You sweep the. What happened?
Instead of your picture,
Ah, crap. And
your
this.
frame.
Yeah, I know. I understand. But I succeeded one way or the other. I succeeded with the game. Okay, I reached this point, so this is good. This is how early testing looks like. Yeah. So what we have is here. This is the new part, actually, right? We are arriving at the intersection when everything is almost dead. There is no light, and we have no idea where to go because there is like stairs, elevators, and corridors that are on our level. But I added that there is this armor, like I explained the last time. We are meeting Grant by recordings that are found in the armor that is just hovering. So we have choices like we can talk to Kim asking for some directions. We can look for some clues where to go, and of course react to the armor. I'm not sure if I will leave it like this because it looks strange. Okay, so you have like choice. Oh my god, this is an armor, and maybe I will talk to Kim. This is dumb, so I will have to detach those options, I think, and create only those. Only those two affect the armor itself. So I will step back, and I will see you who it is, and it appears that it's empty armor. So I will be interested in. Okay, so if it's space suit, you leave it alone and move on. So we will leave the armor alone and we will continue our exploration. This is not what I want. So I will check out the suit. Okay, we have the suit. It has some camouflaging. It's not easy to be spotted out. So we are investigating further. So we have here like easy test of technology skill. We should pass this because we have like 55%, and with easy we have like plus 10, so I think 65 we should pass. Okay, what do we have? And we failed? Yeah, we failed. We failed the test.
You should pass.
No, I had high chances of passing. So what I have is only I found the key.
So passing or
Oh, there is
failing
a
the
small
test
part.
is random or what?
What? Again, once
Passing
again.
or failing the test is random.
Well, yeah, that's the idea of the test, that it's random. tests are randomly compared to our skill, and we don't have high enough skill, we are failing it. So
Okay.
it had to happen, I think. I'm not sure because that was one time with 65%. It was rather on our favor. We should have passed this, but as we can see, we didn't. We have, but there is some error, I think, already, because I have the ability to check the smart bank now. Yeah, you plug the smart bank to see if you can retrieve some information from it. And because we failed and there was no information about checking the smart bank, we should not have found it. So I made some mistake. I'm not sure what one, but it's in our favor because we can now go
Yeah, we have
along
to
with
go
the
back to
game. So
engine.
no, not now.
But
So
now?
we're checking the smart bank. Okay, we have a personal key. Personal keys are those small pieces of hardware that allow everything around you to identify you as a person who owns this. So we are using it instead of being forced to hack through it or to gain the access to the files in any other way. We can just plug the personal key to retrieve the information. So we did that. And now we have like two options. We have 30 minutes, last 30 minutes that are on this device of recordings. And this is this long tree that I showed you. Like
Yeah.
this is the description of everything that happens with Grant. And there is another test, I think, here. We can ask our artificial intelligence in our spacesuit to conduct a bit of analyzing of the material that is there, and we will add some keywords for it to help us sift through all the material that it's there for information that are well useful for us. Okay. So we can click on those icons and we will know that there will be an easy test of computer skills. And it will also, but it will consume a small portion of time that we have available for the quest that we are doing right now. So I will do that. We will see what will happen. Okay, we done. Okay. We but computer test passed. We have I have not looked at it. I forgot about it. We have like feedback information about if we passed the test or not in here, and we also have the effects. What was changed? Like we lost some of the available time, right?
Yeah.
We have like resources in here. We had at the beginning of this we had 12. Now we have 11. So we have the suits AI is conducting the search. We are here looking at what was found out. Okay, and because we succeeded, we have all the recordings that are stored in this to our. We can read them. Okay, we can find out whom the grant was, and we can of course here leave it all alone. Okay.
Yeah.
And now we are gaining knowledge, reading story, things like that. I will not be boring you to death. You will have to go find out when you will be playing our game. Okay, we go back to checking the recordings. Okay, what else is on it? We have one option unavailable right now. This is the option that was here, right? We played.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we're gonna check one more. Okay, now we can either return to checking the recordings on the smart bank or not. I will go to one more, okay? And this is security argument, okay? No, that was not the one I wanted. Wait. Prison riot. I wanted the prison riot. Okay, we are in prison riot. This is the like. Oh well, no, I will not be saying anything. Okay, so we have now this. Okay, okay, I'm done with watching this, and we are now okay. Oh, and here we have like because we watched one of the part that we see that Grant done something. We can retrieve piece of equipment that belongs to him from the suit. We have no idea that we can take a part of it, that it will be useful, so we're gonna check if we're gonna waste some time detaching it. I didn't want to do the test because at this point, getting this piece of equipment was connected to the choices that we were making if we will watch the video, and I did not want it to be left to fate if we gonna obtain it. If we did all the requirements, I just decided that you will get it. But again, we spent some time. Now we have 9 units of time left to do whatever we need to do. Okay, so this was the cost of retrieving
The
it.
time
We are
really
getting
matters.
back, and we finished working with the smart bank. It didn't go as I planned, actually, if you want to know right now, because
So
first
what
of
was
all,
your plan?
well, first of all, I wanted always to have for the player option to watch those 30 minutes. Okay, and there was no option right now available for the player to return to watching those last 30 minutes of Grant's life. Uh, no, not his life. This sequence of events that forced him to leave this armor here. Right? That was the. It's the core of the story, and I wanted to make sure that the player will find it out. But there was not. There was no option for him. If we test those snippets that were selected by our SITS AI, we have no chance to actually find to watch this, go back and watch this video. So I will have to repair this thing, right? There was something wrong with the test. After testing, if we found the smart bank and the personal key, because there are 3 options. You can find smart bank and personal key. You can find only personal key, or you can. I don't remember. There are 3 options anyway. Anyhow, but we found only personal key, and then the options allowed us to check the smart bank, which we should not have, and this is like a logical error. So somehow I made a logical error inserting this piece of story. So yeah, there are things that are wrong. They are not working.
So you have to come back to Ensign and fix
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Uh, let's see. Uh, I will go to the editor. Okay, it's loading.
But
Okay,
this
this is
time
the
not sending a
editor.
picture.
Okay. How works the skill point
Yeah.
on mid between the main skills? Okay. Okay, so I will go back perhaps to the game to show it. Where is it? Where is it? Wait, I need to find a proper window. Stop presenting. Go back to game. Let's return to the game. Hey game. Hey run. Okay, here's the game. Okay.
You have it? Found it?
Moment. Wait. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna start a new game. Set of attributes. I have set them. Now I will go resources, relations, and everything is done. Okay, and we are here. Okay, so those those attributes here
Yeah.
are skills. Um I'm always irritated about the rule that was created by Dungeons and Dragons. You ever played or heard about Dungeons and Dragons, Monica?
Yeah. Once or twice,
Okay,
many years ago.
so Dungeons and Dragons is the basic foundation of every role playing game almost
Yeah.
or, nowadays. But
He was a master
it
of the
was
game.
it was um, it was conceived many years ago. Okay, and
But
it
it was
was more
almost
of
20 years ago
a
since I played that, so
it was a tactical game with minifigs, so there were some simplifications.
yeah.
But as the games evolved, some things remain the same, and there are six main abilities that define the character. You know, like how strong he is, his condition, his dexterity, his wisdom, his intelligence, and his charisma. And those things are like you are born with them. Okay, like you roll the dice. This is
Yeah.
your character, and you are living with them forever. So you stay dumb forever. It doesn't matter how many books you will read, whatever you do, how many push-ups you will do. Your strength won't go up.
Okay.
Okay. Well, in some iterations, in newer games, those problems were sometimes addressed, but the attributes were always like this dumb thing, and skills were the ones, the abilities that can be improved with time. It doesn't work like that in real life, right? We don't have to always, of course, those are games. We don't do the precise calculation of everything, and it doesn't have to reflect, but the simple change can be done, right? You have skill. For example, you are skilled in jumping, running, swimming, and climbing. That means that you are what?
Mm,
The-
I'm a strong person.
yeah, exactly. If you stop doing it, if you
Exercise.
if you stop, then your strength will fall, right? You will
Yeah.
be weaker,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And this is what this middle thing represents. If you are good at piloting a technology, your general technical attribute is higher. This is the attribute, and it is not. We don't improve the technical skills all by itself. We're doing it by increasing the skills. And as the skills increase, so is this attribute. This attribute is used most of, well, it is used only for checking the requirements. Like in one of my favorite in Planescape Torment was there was a guard. It was the first time I encountered this thing. Like there's a guard and you have like three options, and there's a one that says strength 22, and you just grab the guard, you just push him to the gate, and you say open up or I will sift you through this gate. And he says, yeah, okay. And he opens the gate. And I was like, crap, I just opened the gate with my strength. Awesome. And I loved it. Okay, so this was checking the requirement. It only checked the core value of your attribute if you have this value or more. And
But
this
those
is,
skills are depending on which person we decide to be in the beginning of the game.
yeah, it is connected to those choices,
We got
to our
four
to our
choices, as I remember.
born place of origin and our
Occupation.
occupation, right? Those two things determine most of it. But the number of origins and the origins probably will change with time. Okay, I figure out the third one, and I will add more, I think. But for now, there are two, just because I had no time to implement everything and to calculate everything if the brackets still hold right. Mm, but yeah, we using this attribute mainly to check if we have like option available for us to do some action. Uh, I never check skills if you have enough level enough of skill to make to take a given choice, because skills are used on tests. And again, this attribute will never be used on tests because it doesn't calculate. So this is how I'm using it. This is how they work. I hope that answers the questions. I will not be
There
explaining the
wasn't
math how it
questions right
works.
now.
What?
There wasn't questions.
Yes, there was a question. It was a question on YouTube. Someone asked.
Yeah.
And the question was, how works this skill points on mid between your main skills?
Oh,
That's why I explained. Sorry, I probably
I
should have
didn't catch that.
mentioned
Sorry.
that before. But yeah, this is how this works. Okay.
Yeah, but it was interesting for me.
Okay. So
So thank you.
perhaps we're gonna go back to this editor. Yeah, editor. There were mistakes made.
Yeah, always
Unfortunately, they were made
mistakes.
by me.
Life would be too easy if there was no mistakes.
And what's wrong with that?
Again, something's wrong.
Okay. So let's see. Where were we? Okay, so here we are. Okay, this is it. No, too much. Gonna hide it. Okay, so we are here. We are now. We saw the armor. Now we have like drawing the gun or just checking who it is. There it is. Okay, we approach this to check, and there are some changes. The changes, okay, those are just choices. Okay, you approach. Oh, this test, right. This is a test. Oh, it was so easy. It was difficulty one. There's something wrong with the test, probably.
But you still fail.
Something not come. No, well, this is one of the example of problems I still have. I don't
So
know
this
what I
was the
did wrong.
difficulty one, and the character still failed. Yes.
Yes. No, the character, we had like a large chance to do something, right? But it was like 75%, which means we had still had 25% to fail this test. It's not impossible. We did
Okay.
not, although I think, failed that badly. Where is it? The description. Here, and we have personal key, because well, this is the example. The basic idea of tests that I'm generally using is the one called roll under, right? So if we have like our attribute is 55%, our roll, our random number generated by the game, must be within 1 to 55. And this is represented here. This is a success. Number 1 to technology skill, which is equal 55, which means that if we roll, this is what we should get. Okay, but there is also a failing point, and this failing point was between the result of our technology skill, while here we do have equal. That's not true. Actually, the engine actually adds one without our saying that. We can do this manually to any modification, but that's not necessary. And I said the maximum result for this outcome should be 90. And I think we got this one. I'm not sure because I was talking and thinking about other stuff, so I'm not sure. But anyhow, I still got the possibility. Well, wait. There's
Yeah.
a smart. Okay, so in this option, you still see the smart bank. Oh, I see a logical error. Oh, crap. Okay, something's wrong. Why am I having this? This one I don't like at all. Okay, I will have to change it. First of all, in here, I've made a logical error. I have written that the character, there's a smart bank still connected to cracked helm. You unplugged it and the helm floats away. And it is actually the piece of equipment that I want a player to gain later on. Well, I made a mistake.
So he doesn't have it yet.
No, right now the player does not have it and does not have information that this would be useful. But in later on, there's no information that it's a cracked helmet. First of all,
Yeah.
second of all, it shouldn't be cracked because because no. So I don't like it. So this outcome I don't like at all, and I will remove it for now. I don't like it. And I will remove it. I will reduce this test to be a simple test. I want this test to have a critical failure, but I don't know why I did it. There's no reason for me to do it, actually. And there is no sensible outcome that will lead this. Okay, so this result success is now absolutely pointless. I will also detach it from the tree. It's my laptop slows down because of the number of windows and applications I'm running. So yeah, that looks a bit slow, but this is caused by our streaming actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so this will be the outcome that is success. So I have to change it. I will change it so it is success. First of all, the number will be 1 because it will be generated when we roll the best number. And now character stat. It will be technology skill and it must be equal. And this will be a success. And now I will redefine the outcome. I want it to be a critical. And that's why I only based this on the numbers. I know that the character cannot have skill 90 right now. So the possibility of him achieving this and succeeding at the test was absolutely non-existent. So this is what I said, but I did it in the wrong way, so I will redefine it. It's still a failure, but it will now start the roll must be from our technology skill +1, which means it's above our skill, and up to 100, and this will be the outcome. Okay, and now we have like 2 options. In this option, you will find only personal key of Grand Meta that can be used only later on. If you will go into the civilian section where there will be personal banks and rooms, you will be able to use the personal key to gain some equipment. Yeah. And in here you have possibility to find, of course, not only the personal key, but also a smart bank. And now we won't be having any logical problems There is no information about broken helmet. There is no information contradicting my story that I've written. Well, crap. There is it. There is a smart band still connected to the rocket helm and plug it in
Yeah,
the.
there was a smart bank with this.
Okay, so we are changing it. Okay, this cannot be. Still connected to the correct helm. Well, we remove the information about cracked. I don't want it to be cracked because this is the piece of equipment that player can gain and use. That's first information.
I have a
Second of all,
question.
cracked helm would indicate that, well, the pressure was lost in general, um, in the suit, and if the pressure was lost, then the person that was inside would still be in it, right? Dead
And
as
we have another
frozen.
question. Pavel.
Frozen. What?
Ah,
I'm
is
talking.
this for chapter 2? Not
Yes.
exactly, because
No. This is a chapter 2. Yes, exactly. Chapter
since
1 is
there will be so many chapters.
the chapter
Chapter
1 is
2 will be the
already
longest.
Monica. Chapter 1 is already
The
the,
demo function.
the chapter 1 is already
Yeah.
in the store, right? This is the first part of the game that will not be messed with, probably. But things may be added to the game later on.
Losing
But
myself in this parts, chapters, and everything.
yeah, I know. But that's the general development process. You have to sometimes talk to too many people and think about it too often and change the version. This is the chapter 2. Yes, this is the part of a chapter 2 that will later on be available around October, probably. I think around October we
Yeah.
will we will publish it. Okay, so now you unplug it and the helm is not there and the helmet floats away. Okay, it can float away. I am not specifying the information from where the player gets this helmet, but the player then
Well,
detaches
first,
it
I have to
slowly.
interrupt
Okay,
you. I
okay,
really
so
have
no,
to interrupt you. Wait
you
a moment.
unplug
It's
it.
for you because it's a compliment for you because you wrote the first part all by yourself. We have Gurnto. The user Gurnto says that he played the chapter 1 and loves it.
Thank you very much. I hope the second part will also be as good as the first one.
Yeah. So it
So,
was for you compliment.
so in here we are still okay. The connected to the helmet. You unplug it and the helmet floats away, and I will remove the information about the helmet floating away because later on one of the big like I said and I showed you that it will take a quite large amount of time to time units, and it is a lot. Because I'm usually like at the end of such section like this one, I will only take one time unit because that will indicate that you spend this time looking around and moving slowly, right? And taking 2 time units to unplug something is quite a long time. And if it would float away unplugged already, that would again be a stupid logical error, and I cannot have it. So here we are. There is a smart bank still connected to the helmet. You unplug it. In the pocket, you find only a personal key. Everything else is missing. So now you have a smart bank and this, and you can now check the personal key to know to whom the armor belongs and everything. And you can check the smart bank, and you can now check the snippets. Now here is the 30 minutes of the when the user wore the armor, and then here there are other scenes and other recordings, right? The next mistake I will correct some other time, because right now I'm not sure where things went wrong.
I had those things.
There's probably some kind of a connection I deleted and forgot to. Where? Oh, what happened? I forgot to attach to
But I have
change
one question
subject.
for you
Okay.
because it's killing me, especially when we are talking about this new scene and new everything about this time uh, as a resource.
Yes.
Because we have some limit of the time for doing
Yeah,
everything.
that is another design problem. I am not sure. I'm experimenting with it right now. Yeah.
So you don't have an answer to
Wait.
my
I will
question.
explain. Now, wait. Give me a time to explain. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a resource, a time, and we know we talked about it when we created the game, that the player will have a lot of pressure should come from the resources, okay? Because we don't have, like, this is a text game and there is like not much we can induce of interaction, right? So we don't have like combat sequences, we don't have graphics and things like that. So the resource management is one of the elements that we can still hold on to
Okay.
and put a pressure on the player, how he manages the resources he has. Okay, and the time is one of them. And in our mind, it was created so the mm, there will be a pressure of a player to gather enough amount of money to pay up his debt.
Yes.
It will be renewed, and sometimes like and he will well, this will be a resource that will be that will have to be managed, and I need to, in those two chapters, introduce a player also to this idea that he has to maintain those resources, and time is one of them also. But the problem is that if I use this time over and over in different instances, in different occasions, the player will be confused, right? Because why now he has once again zero time, or he has once again 10,000 time units available to do something, and now he has this amount of time to do something in a short period of time, and here he had this amount to explore the whole station, and I'm still figuring out this, because it's different.
That's
It's different when I started planning it. When I started planning it, the time was the measurement that some elements will happen in the story. So, for example, right now with the time in this scene that we talked about this much, if the time would run to zero, the creature would attack him. Right,
yeah.
everything would be went to hell, and we would have like a combat scene, and uh, and it depends. It was in my mind, this time was to be used to regulate what happens during this the exploration of the frigate, but the amount of work that it would require, those trees are nothing compared to if I would do that. I would never finish this game. And I had to abandon this plan. And now I am still in shambles what to do with it. So now I'm introducing the time units, second time in a row, that it's a time limit that you have for accomplishing a task,
Okay,
for
but
for for exploring this
I
place.
see what you mean, but I have other questions because of that.
Yeah,
We have two main resources, yes, time and suit resources, yes,
we have three. We have health,
and
we have
health, yeah.
supplies, we have supplies, and we have
Yes,
time. We will also have money. Money is also a resource.
yeah.
So four resources that we will be
So,
managing.
another part.
And wait a minute. And later on, there will be a ship, and the ship will be in a way a resource management area also. That's for sure. Even if the ship will only be like still, well, if we will see if we will have a mechanic, combat mechanic, and things like that, but the ship will exist in one way or the other.
Okay.
But yeah, okay, three resources. So the question.
The question, because I've read the whole written script already, and there's nothing about that something is running out. You're running out of time. You're running out of health. You're running out of supplies, and
There is about
don't
yeah,
remember.
there is.
But
You probably have not because you read the script,
yeah,
and this
they make
is
a both.
the modifications are managed on the level of editor. We have only communication, like I've said, different levels, different warnings, and when player, for example, he has the ability to plug the doors or different terminals, and those actions consume the power reserves he has in his own suit, because this, like I said, this frigate is dead. There's no power, so everything he wants to have powered, he has to use his own resources, and this
Yeah.
is what drains his supplies, and he has to think about how much more he can sacrifice, especially that there is no threat actually inside, and what will happen if something will happen, and you will have like resources deposited.
Okay.
So, and I'm using also health, like the measurement of fatigue and the general endurance. So he, for example, whatever the character is struggling with something like trying to force open the door or some lockers or moves fast, drags something that is heavy and it exhausts him, it also lowers the health of the character. And again, when that reaches zero, you are dying.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm
This is
keeping.
the answer for my question. What happens when you run out of everything?
Well,
You're dying. Okay. That was my answer.
that's what happens. Well, in this game, you don't die exactly, but you know how
That
it
is
is.
not a point.
That's not the point. Okay. Yeah, you have the restrictions, and now I'm fighting this idea, and implementing the time right now on the frigate to again uh, to show the player that the time will have a lot of influence and the
The time
meaning.
matters.
Yeah, the time matters in this, so there is a thing that will matter. Okay, but I'm not sure what approach I will take. I will see this when I will test it a few times. I will see what testers will say about the time reducing. At some point, I did it once before, when in chapter 1, when we are scouting for mm, different things to discover, different finds, different asteroids and wrecks, and it was also managed by the time units. And when I did like first, I don't know, 10 iterations of this mechanic, the time always ended like with a, I don't know where. It just you clicked a few times and I could not balance it properly so the time would not end too fast. So when you have like too much, like this amount of time is too big, it's kind of hard to control it, because we have like, this many options for the player, and we don't always know if he is gonna use them, take them or not. And that's the problem with the resources. We never are sure what player will act like, and you have to be prepared on different occasions. So that's why I am not sure if this implementation of time will work, but I hope so.
Okay. It was the thing that was bothering me since I read the first time, the script, of the script.
Well, some things don't have to be explained. Like, for example, what will happen
Maybe that is one
if
of
your
the
supplies
most
end up.
important.
Well, in space, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you run out of air, well, adios, muchachos.
Yeah, that's
Muchacha,
true.
muchacha.
But what happens when you run out of time? Yes, especially at the beginning when they are
Well, the time is a
running out.
mysterious thing in here, and I am not sure. I want to make sure that the player will know what the consequences will be, right? Because it's a part of like creating choices. It's called informed choice. Okay, so if the player knows that the time will end, he has to know the consequences of what will happen when the time will end beforehand, and he will know what he's gambling with. Okay, how much chips he has in this play to waste and to gamble on finding something useful or interesting. And if he's like at the end of the time, he will know that he has no options to gain some fancy equipment, and he will have to concentrate on the task at hand.
Have a look at YouTube. Have another
YouTube,
question I heard.
I have not heard it. Will it be something like resources of ammunition or something like that? Not sure. I would say no, but I'm fighting the urge to introduce it. It will depend on the combat. Uh, we didn't want it. We did not want any ammunition and countable elements in the game. We talked about it early on, and for now, like it is iterated right now, no, it won't be. But because once again, we don't have animation, we don't have like combat other than mm, by storytelling, by making choices. Combat has to be balanced and has to require something. And again, resources and managing resources is one of the thing that can make player more aware and more interested in combat than if we will only click and make look at the results of tests, right? Well, oh no, I hit him, I didn't hit him, crap like that. Actually, I introduced and we tested the combat that looked that way, and I think it was boring, and I removed it We had like in chapter 1, when you are confronted with the Tarvelar security guards, you
Yeah, when
have
you're
an option right now to fight them in a close combat, or to use the environment to neutralize them. And I have the complete third option, the shootout. You start in the it's more test oriented, more you have action points, which means kind of a time, and you have to decide if you want to aim, if you don't want to aim, if you want to shoot quickly, and it looks boring and it looks dumb. And I removed it. It's not in the game for now. And the ammunition actually is a part of my. I now trying to figure out if I will have to once again reintroduce the combat that is based on choices and tests. I will introduce the ammunition.
Yeah, but we
Uh,
don't have in the game, as I remember, we don't have a gun for, I mean, the old school gun
we have
for
actually
ammo.
what
Yeah, we
what
have
what
wave guns, energy guns.
and the standard guns. Exactly
Yeah,
that, and
but
exactly
there's no
that
point to
is,
make an
and that will be
ammunition
the
because,
standard guns that will shoot the ammunition. Those
yeah,
guns will be. If I will introduce this, I will explain this fully because the question. If I will have another go at this kind of a combat, then the classical weapons will have ammunition, but will have a bit more of a punch because it's still kinetic weapon is still powerful. Okay, you can think it's not, but in space, kinetic weapon is really powerful. Wave weapons will be less powerful, but will require your own resources instead of ammunition. The guns, those guns will require small amounts of supplies from your suit, and energy weapons will again be very effective, but will use large amounts of your supplies. And in by this, I will force the player to change weapons and change tactics. That's my idea. And then the ammunition will be. But for now, we are no go on ammunition. We don't want player to stack some numbers of different bullets and things like that because it's counterproductive. It's not necessary. It does we don't need this.
the character doesn't use that kind of gun. We need amount of
If
ammunition.
he has the option to get one, I think.
Yeah, but not yet.
In the second part, he has the option to have a normal shooting gun. Yeah,
What?
I'm not sure about about the first part. If he did not,
Remember.
I know that the NPCs used that. I don't remember if he had one. I if if the
I
ammunition
don't
will
remember the regular gun in the second
now
part. Really?
if I will again if I will introduce this kind of combat, then the third option for fighting will come to the chapter 1. Okay, so
Yeah.
then at the beginning there will be the shootout, the option of a shootout, and if that will happen, the player will have the chance to have uh, any kind of a weapon for because it we don't have like tutorial, but I also have to think about the ideas that the player has to learn and all the ropes of this game, of this world. So this is how I will introduce different kinds of weapons for sure.
Yeah, and I think we're
I
talking.
have a question again. There's a
Yeah,
question. So there will be some weapons or other items that would improve our skills for test. Of course, yes. Every again, the equipment will affect the our skills. and there will be also some items that will affect only certain tests. We have a system of keywords that will identify if the given item is affecting a given type of test. So, for example, we have a spreader, right? It's not used during the chapter 1, but at the end we receiving it to use it when we will be exploring the frigate. And this item, for example, will give player bonuses to no gravity skills only when he will be testing for force opening objects that has to use sheer strength of his muscles, right? But in no other occasion. And other items like improved helmets with some kind of perception enhancements, aiming modules will give permanent modifications that will go to different tests. Yes.
Yes, so if you have any other questions, guys, outside, please now, because it's hot time
It's
to
finish
go.
time.
Yeah.
It's so hot here. Oh my god. Summer is
Thanks
coming.
to God, I
The
live
next
in the
next
old
stream will be
building.
even hotter.
No, here is really cool. I had to learn my jacket because it was cold.
Well, not
Maybe you
not
should
on
lose
my
nose.
location. I'm sweating profoundly.
Don't
Okay.
lose your shirt.
No, thanks. You're not on the vision. We
Like
don't
a
want.
magic
There are
mic.
two people less watching
A
us. We
magic
don't want
mic.
them to
Complete.
escape screaming, "Ah, my eyes, my eyes!"
You can do it.
No, no, I don't.
Okay. So if you don't want to. So see you next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think so. So, bye
Have
for
a nice
now.
week and have a nice night. And bye bye.